Speaking of Dungeons and Dragons, who has a 100-word summary of the trouble you guys got up to last week?
Fire.
We decided we had enough and stormed the castle.
Diplomacy is over via Ekon.
Diplomacy has indeed failed.
Yeah.
Who was it that said that Ekon has a switch and it's broken? Was that McDohl? Something like he has a enough switch.
The enough is enough switch.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's like that. That drill tweet where he's like, turned the dial on the racism like Price is Right. Except except for me, it's done with this shit.
No fucks left switch. That's what it was called.
So is it like a preservation switch? Like you turn it off to preserve your last few fucks? So when you really need them?
Yeah. Yeah, because fucks are valuable.
Like how your phone will go into low power mode at under
Exactly.
12% charge.
My dog is barking. I don't know if you can hear it.
Nope.
You're perfect, McDohl.
Magnus.
Is that Spider-Man?
Magnus.
Sorry,
Magnus.
that dog will always be Spider-Man to me.
He's Magnus, Burkhardt. I don't know what to tell you.
Not in my heart, he's not.
Called him Peter Barker.
God, I actually injured myself getting out of bed this morning because I rolled over to get out of bed, and Lulu had put like 9 dog toys up on the bed. Just put my full weight on this mass of hard plastic, halfway chewed dog toys. Oof.
I think Magnus was actually the weakest little vignette in that expansion. Like, he wasn't bad, but it was just a little bit too much of a quick 360 and a little bit too much of the same as all the other NPCs. Unless he's named after the X-Man, I don't know.
I'm a little surprised that dog is not Hildegard.
Nah.
He doesn't do the pose.
Oh.
You get a dog that does the pose.
I need a dog that does the dance. Yes.
I feel like Nashu would be better for a dog than Hildegard.
Isn't Nashu a cat?
Well, yeah,
Absolutely.
but Nashu is definitely a dog. She follows you around and just does, and just adores you all the time.
I hate the Mithra or whatever they're called. What are they called in 14?
Mikote.
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 It's not into just the silly fantasy cat girl race. No, thank you. Viera, I'm fine with because I'm a hypocrite, but
You are a massive hypocrite. And besides, you got cat boys. And cat boys are great.
and I don't think you do in 11. Only in 14 though, right?
Nope.
Only in 14.
Yeah.
There's also female, the big guys in 14.
They don't exist yet.
Oh, they don't?
They're working on it.
I thought it was the. No, I'm.
No,
I'm
you're
talking
thinking
about
of you're talking about different races.
Yeah, I'm not talking about the Ronso.
Oh,
The big
Galka.
blue guys. Yeah.
Galka are
Yeah,
basically Ronso.
well, Galka or Rogadin in.
Yeah,
14.
the Galka and the Rogadin actually diverge a lot more than any of the other two.
Yeah.
Any of the other races.
The Galka have like these stubby tail things.
Well, also Galka are asexual and reproduce through reincarnation, but hey,
There you go.
they also look a little different.
Also, Ronso always speak like they have a vicious head wound.
They're very eloquent in their own language.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys mopped up some encounters in here. There was like fire-breathing walls and a ghost that wasn't a ghost. It was real exciting.
Wait, fire-breathing walls?
Maybe we didn't find that one yet.
Oh no, the statue detached. It could breathe fire from here, but it detached and hounded you guys around. That's right.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why Victor was in the closet.
In the first draft of this dungeon, this statue did fire breath in a cone, like a dragon would. But then I switched it to a line after reading Investiture of Flame. I think that's what happened.
There's still another door this way.
I don't think that one could open.
Yeah, we didn't actually do a good job marking the doors that do and do not open.
Let me see.
That
That
was
was-
just the one down here to the dark area.
Treble volunteered on door marking. Agnes. It's okay, boy. It's okay.
There. It's better, Destil.
Hold on, I'm setting up my picture-in-picture for the initiative, which for some bizarre reason stopped like just snapping back to where it always was.
That's a really good feature in Tabletop Simulator.
I still haven't figured out how to turn it on.
Right-click,
Camera mode,
camera
yeah,
mode, or
picture
something like that. I don't know. Once it's on, I don't know how to turn it. The UI changes.
if you mouse over it, there's like you can adjust the camera.
Oh,
and
picture in
whatnot.
picture. Yeah, I see it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wee.
And you can click the lock icon to lock the picture-in-picture camera to the initiative tracker. It's always on the side of my screen.
That sounds like something I should do.
Yeah, this is actually a really good idea.
Yeah,
And-
that's,
You
that's how I have mine
change
set up.
the size of it?
Did you guys need a refresher on which doors did and did not
No.
open?
I got it marked.
You got to figure it out. Okay.
Yeah, Treble marked it. So,
As far as I know, this door has not been tried yet because you were
Okay.
embroiled in a battle. Outwardly, it looks the same as the other doors. Radiating magic almost certainly opens with a password.
As
that-
the combat settles down, Ekon is going to stand in this stairwell and listen actively to see if he can hear anyone moving above or below.
Give me a perception check.
You got it. It's at 14.
So a few moments ago, there had been some sound down there, but it seems like the people below had come up to attack you during that fight. So you don't hear much of anything below you right now.
Does the stairwell go up as well, or is it just down?
Both. Up and
And
down.
nothing. I don't hear anything above us either.
Correct.
Okay.
I'll go over to this door and attempt to open it with the password Belgranatum.
It does not open.
Well then,
Are we going down?
Somebody flip a coin, up or down.
don't really
Down.
like
We're
that.
going down. Let's clear the basement. And then
Sometimes you
we'll
just got to
go
feel your
upstairs.
way through a situation. Ekon will start down the stairs.
Okay. Take the spiral stair around to this landing here. And there is a closed door at the base of the landing.
Which one is the top? Is it here and then it comes down? Da 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 da.
Yeah.
Correct.
I think the darker is down.
Ekon will leave some space in front of the door for people who are good at dealing with doors.
Okay?
Well, try the board first.
Oh, is this also? It's the same magical lock.
Same kind of
okay,
magical lock, yeah.
Once everyone's in place, I'll go ahead and hold up the
Yeah.
holy symbol and say the command.
Which command? You've learned. Oh, you haven't learned.
One.
You've only
I
learned one.
learned pomegranate, right? Well, I
Yeah.
have my notes. Melagranatum.
Melagranatum.
The door opens.
I just said that one earlier, and you guys were like,
Revealing a hideous monstrosity.
Oh dear.
don't like that.
Well, what else are going to do with a ES monstrosity?
Right?
Cover
Not
it.
reveal it.
So looking out the door to the north. Well, first of all, just to the left-hand side, you have... Actually, on either side of the door. The room is illuminated with these blue sconces. And you can see to the north, there's another one illuminating the room beyond at the top of some stairs leading up between a central pillar. In front of you here, as I say, is a monstrosity. The thing has the upper torso of a human, and he's been shackled to the wall by the wrists. From the torso down, the thing has been warped and twisted, corrupted into something very insect-like. You can see that the thing is breathing weakly, but its head is lolled forward, and its matted hair draping down the sides of its face. It's not conscious.
All right, I am 99% sure that this is not covered in any of the religion classes that I took as a kid.
If you had to look up the word unseelie in, like, Babby's first Aetherian dictionary, this is the creature you would see. This is a very heretical adjoinment of man to monster.
Well, this is fascinating. When is he going to wake up?
I mean, is this something they created somehow, or is this just something they found and said, here's a monster for us to punish?
I would wager they're trying to get themselves closer to God, and this is what they think it's like.
Does it look injured? I don't think you described it as injured. I think you just described it as a horrible abomination.
Give me a medicine check at disadvantage.
Ekon?
Sure. Let's do it. Ekon gets a 18.
You're not able to do a more than just a cursory visual examination because the thing is shackled to the wall on the other side of floor-to-ceiling bars. But on its lower half of its body, you don't know enough about gargantuan insectoid anatomy to make a judgment about how many legs this thing should have or whether it should be seeping fluids and from what orifices. However, the human parts of the body on the top half look more or less intact, other than some strain around the wrists where it has pulled the skin away in places and chafed badly. Probably been chained up for a lot longer than would be reasonable, but other than that, you don't see any injuries on the upper half of the body.
Want to try waking it up?
That's a terrible idea. Yeah, you want me to do it?
How are you going to do it?
I can try and establish a telepathic link with it.
Edmont, are you heading up these little stairs?
Yeah, they're just kind of standing off to the side.
The room beyond looks to be a small commons area, and you can see some evidence that very, very recently there were people sitting in this room enjoying a meager meal of slop and weak coffee.
And some jabronis upstairs decided to be loud and obnoxious.
In the corner of the room, you see a couple more of these small little altar situations with the clatched boxes.
Oh,
What
make
about
note of it.
looking down here?
Down here, looks to be a small storage area. Casks of potable water, some dry goods, a pile of filthy linens, and in the center of the room, a grated hole in the floor. Darkness beyond.
Imagine that drains out to the sea.
Probably, yeah.
You want me to try and talk to this creature?
We feel like we've secured the area.
Don't see anybody over here.
And there were people down here, but they they didn't stay down here, and now they're dead.
Do we want to try all the doors first?
So
I don't
there is
think he's going anywhere.
the creature is penned in with floor-to-ceiling bars, but you can see that there is a grated door in one spot that is locked with what looks to be a mundane key and lock situation, a padlock affixed to a heavy chain, keeping the door closed.
Victor will approach the creature and see if it responds in any way.
No, it's just hanging there limp, and you wouldn't be able to tell it's alive or not, except you can see its shallow breathing.
He's anchored to this wall,
Yeah, shackled to the back wall
Okay.
by his wrists.
or the back wall, back here.
Well, this wall here, closer to the bars. So, Victor, if you want, you can if you were to reach through the bar At the length of your arm, all the way up to your shoulder, you might be able to reach out and grab the thing's matted hair.
Listen, Victor does a lot of stupid stuff. We're not adding that one to the list.
I mean, his hair looks better than yours right now.
Yeah, but Victor likes his arm.
He has eyebrows.
Evie probably set him up with a wig.
A little toupee.
Is he wearing like an Isaac Newton powdered wig?
He looks like Fabio at this point.
Well, Evie gave a wig that she told him looked great on him, but it actually looked silly.
So like, here's a
I'll
Captain Crunch hat.
Fish a copper out of my pouch and cast light on it and toss it down the grate.
Okay, and the light disappears down the grate. You hear it hit water. Difficult to say how far down, but the splash is predominantly echo. And from your position looking down, you can see very faintly the glow far down below.
Do I hear water running at the bottom?
Give me a perception check.
You got it. It's perception at 28.
Okay. Not moving swiftly, but almost certainly moving, because remember, the lake is back behind you.
Yeah. All right.
But it's not rushing water. And you're not...
And is this the door?
That is a door.
Do you think we should, I don't know, heal the monster?
Not yet.
Do you think I should get him out of those restraints?
No, absolutely not. Not yet.
Victor will call out to the monster.
What do you call out?
Hey, you in the cage.
Hi, Mr. Monster. I am Victor. No, there's no response. Doesn't give any indication that it's heard you.
Victor is going to try and establish telepathic link to it.
Give me an intelligence saving throw.
We're just full of good ideas today. That's a 12?
12?
We have
Oh, never mind. That's an 18. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Okay. Victor, 2 points of psionic damage, which you can cut in half.
Ooh, joy.
Is Victor trained in religion?
No, that's like the one skill he doesn't have.
What kind of rogue are you? So you reach out to tap into this thing's mind, thinking if nothing else, you might be able to. As soon as you plug in, as it were, the static is overwhelming, pushes you back out, and leaves your ears ringing for a moment.
Victor yelps and says, "The holy name of air is that thing."
Is it conscious?
No.
It is static. Wait, you don't think this could be that angel? And Victor makes little air quotes as he says it. Do you?
I
don't
find
think
that
so.
very unlikely.
no. He's in a sealed oubliette.
If if Kristen met that creature, then either they would now be friends or one of them would be dead, I think.
Well, we're assuming that the images of that creature have been true images.
Victor's right.
I mean,
Can I make a
Images of beasts.
religion check to see if I know anything else more specific about a creature with this kind of form?
Nothing that would avail you, but this is the clearest evidence you've seen that if indeed you and Kristen merely had creative differences over your interpretation of Etherian scripture, this would be strong evidence that he has well deviated from that. This is a clear abomination of the tenets.
Ekon, there's a lot of static in his mind. You think one of your magic restoration things might help?
Jeannie is going to put one of the spell focuses up to the door and say pomegranate.
Up to this door?
Yeah, up to this door, just to see if it works.
It does not open.
Okay, all right.
Well, this isn't a magical door anyway. This is a padlock with a chain. But yeah.
Do you want me to open it for you, Jeannie?
No. I could do that. I thought it was one of the magic doors. In fact, I'm probably just as good as you. Jeannie's gonna pick the lock.
Okay. Yeah, give me a
You got a plus 15 to Thieves' Tools?
give me a Thieves' Tools check.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, Jeannie's probably about as good as you.
She's like, yeah, I can pick a lock. She gets her gun out, straps dynamite to the.
That is a 34.
Yeah, it doesn't take.
Wow.
You find the tumblers inside, hear it click, padlock comes apart.
Victor compliments Jeannie on her lockpicking skills.
It's like, it's not that hard. It's the easiest skill in the world, Victor. Calm down.
Yeah.
She's watched so many lockpicking lawyer tutorials.
She bought his Genesis set. So are you threading out
It's
the chain
open.
and opening the door, or just unlocking it?
I'm just unlocking it.
Okay.
Like I'm leaving the chain looped, but just
Okay.
like leaving the lock in the thing. It's just open. It's just like, sitting open, but still in the chain. So we
Yeah.
have the option.
That is the state of things. What's next?
Hey,
You think-
Evie, maybe it just needs a hug.
I'll pass.
Okay, what's next?
Fine.
I am uninclined to either destroy or awaken it without knowing more. Like, I think right now, Ekon's opinion is we just leave it here and keep going, and we'll worry about it later.
Okay. Genie puts locks the lock back.
No. Heck it. This is... We don't know what this thing is. We need to find out more about it. We can't just leave it. Like, we don't want to go up to Kristen and find more of these things not knowing what it is we're facing.
I don't think anyone here is going to tell us anything.
No, but maybe Ekon can get it conscious.
Do we just poke it with a stick?
I'm thinking try a restoration spell.
That requires us to touch the creature.
He's
No.
got that staff, doesn't he?
I don't know if I would start with restoration. Maybe some basic hit point restoration.
I would rather us come back for look around.
Yeah, I'd rather get an idea of what's going on around here first. This thing is neither a threat, nor does it look like its life is in immediate danger. I think this is
Yeah.
not our priority.
Yeah, let's
He's not going anywhere.
let's check our boundaries. Rub up against the walls.
So you've got a door south in the sewer room, you've got a door north in the commons, and then you've got a door leading north out of the commons.
I have no preference.
I'm gonna say south.
Fine with me.
And this is one of the magical doors.
Pomegranate. I don't actually remember thing, but you just assume.
Malogranatum.
Nebuchadnezzar?
Malogranatum. Are you gonna make me say it, or can I just say pomegranate?
I'm going to make you say it.
Okay, Malogranatum.
I'm not going to include a magic password in a dungeon just so my players don't have to... Come on, man. This is my...
Listen. Well, you know what? I'll forgive you because you didn't make us say anoptonoponoponogram.
Apton and Ocragon. But if it had been a password, I would have.
Oh, this opened. Okay.
Yes, it did.
I was expecting it to not open.
It did open. And beyond is a much, much larger cell than the one you had seen previously.
I am going to step in.
Is there another one of these creatures?
There are 4 of these creatures.
Yeah, see? I told you. We should have checked out the first one.
Are they all unconscious?
This one here, the one that's closest to these bars in the north, looks the most similar to the creature you had seen coming down the stairs. Top half is the torso of an elderly human man. The bottom half, from the torso downward, however, is twisted and coiled beneath him, snake-like. This one here is actually shackled to the floor instead of the wall. You can see where its body is contorted forward, and rough fur has grown out from the man's neck and back, and long, fierce whiskers protrude from the sides of his face. Sorry, just checking my notes. Because if I get this wrong, it ruins everything. This one here is shackled to the ground by its legs. And her arms are twisted behind her back in a very unnatural way, and you can see where all along from her shoulders down to the palms of her hands have sprouted plumage and feathers, and webbing has started to appear under her arms, connecting to her torso. Finally, this one in the south here. Another man shackled to the wall by his hands. His legs are wrenched backwards, bent terribly. His feet have fused together in cloven hooves, and protruding from his torso, out of his breastbone, very painfully, are small, stunted legs of a goat or a horse that themselves are starting to form into hooves.
The hell is Kristen doing to his prisoners?
All right, I have everybody marked. We have man bug, man goat, bird woman, man furry, and old man snake.
Man furry, that's the worst Marvel superhero.
And then the ones on the ground are not; those aren't chained up, right?
All 4 of them are chained.
They are also okay.
Man furry here he's much smaller than the rest of them, as though the course of his physical manipulation has been to shrink his size down. So they could.
These are victims.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, we've seen that he turns his people who disfavors slightly into living fireballs.
Are
These
they
might be the people who really pissed him off.
Are they like conscious? Do they seem to be reacting to our arrival in the room, or
They're all unconscious, but as you watch them for a few moments, you can tell that they're all breathing.
okay?
I think we should again keep exploring.
Yeah, I kind of think we
boundaries.
should just get a better look at the rest of the floor before we do anything for these people. But yeah, these. Yeah, I agree, Victor.
I'm not leaving these people alone.
No.
Edmont, entering up into this room, there's a third cell. This one, the woman is shackled to the wall again by her wrists, and protruding, her head is sunken forward, and you can see where great antlers are piercing out from her skull. A second set piercing outward from the bones of her shoulders, and a third piercing out and pressing back against the wall painfully from her hips.
All right, never mind. That's not a good. There we go.
Richard's gonna open the door behind him.
Treble, really?
What? If
You
it just
think we can't see what you did?
Treble,
It's
you're going
You know
to
I'll read this, right?
you're going to
Yeah.
scold me on the joke that I made before we started today.
No, I didn't scold you. It hurt me. It was a physical blow. It was a blow well struck. I took my hat to it, but
Just don't name the video that this week, all right? What's next?
A blow well struck.
She too is shackled to the wall, and she too, you can tell, watching for a moment, that unconscious, but she is breathing shallowly.
it just put one set of antlers. I would just get a deer plus woman, but he had to add like 16 sets of antlers.
There are 3 sets from her head, her shoulders, and her hips.
She's more horn than woman.
Victor's gonna open up the door behind him.
It's a magical door that does not open, unless you say the password.
Abracadabra, Nebuchadnezzar,
Mallow granatum.
Malogranatum.
You speak Malogranatum, the door opens into the commons beyond, revealing the room that you had seen before.
Okay.
I mean, I don't get this. Chris's complaint was that people had deviated from the teachings of air too much, but this is like burning the book completely.
Listen, hypocrites don't have to make sense.
It's,
Is there
Yeah,
anything in like these chests?
there's a reason that overly orthodox and more traditional priests have been at odds for a lot of our religious history.
In this corner, Victor, next to the sconce, you do see one of the little altars with a collapsed box, the likes you've seen several times throughout the compound.
Is there anything in the box?
Yeah, when you open it up, there's a pair of those spell focuses inside.
Okay.
Tap this door, and say Maluk Renatum.
And the door opens. And roll initiative.
Oh boy.
Yay!
All right. 21 for
Okay.
Orson.
Oh, I've already got whites here.
Well, there goes my work for the day.
What you should do is you roll a rogue and you take all the initiative granting feats and you just spend the entire campaign on 30. While the paladin in the group spends it down here and they complain the entire time.
That's exactly what happened as far as
Yeah,
I recall.
Treble, that's exactly what you did the entire campaign.
It was
You know-
really good. All right. Edmont. Opening
Sir.
the door triggers my held action.
What? You have held action?
I
How
did.
dare you?
Everybody in a line. The lightning bolt shoots forward.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm expecting.
Bear with me one moment. Yeah, I'm going to need a wisdom saving throw? Yes, wisdom.
Wisdom. Okay.
Just Edmont.
Just Edmont.
23.
23.
Yep.
Inside the room, cowering in the back corner, maybe cowering is the wrong word, but he definitely does not look dignified, perched behind a small stack of crates, is one of the bishops. As you open the door, he leaps up, casts a spell at you, and commands you to stand in his defense and lay waste to the interlopers. But the spell does not take effect. Who's the top of my order?
Interloper will not.
We got Victor at 25 with Orson at 21.
This is one of the bishops. He might actually know some of the words to get around here, so let's see if we can get this guy alive.
Yeah, too bad it's not your turn yet. You don't get to say that. If Victor moves back here, he can throw something through all these people, right?
I'm going to give him partial cover because you're firing through 3 squares and a semi-opened door.
He goes behind Edmont. Can he get him?
Yeah, that's fine. This is why it pays for all your allies to be halflings.
Well, if all of your allies are halflings,
There's that one
Right.
halfling feat that lets you like use your allies as human shields, but then it hits your enemies instead.
Oh, it's not a feat. It's like one of the sub-race traits, I think.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think. Halflings
I
are
guess-
good, guys. Come on.
No, halflings are mechanically good. They've been mechanically good pretty much every
All
year.
right.
Always play a hobbit. That's my motto.
Since I can't go sneak attack on this guy, Victor is going to bonus action to Hunter's Mark him.
Okay.
And then we're just going to do a normal attack.
you can
It's
just
3 halflings got +1 to hits, +1 to
What is
save,
it?
+1 to AC.
What were you trying to say, Treble?
We'll roll to hit my man and worry about trouble later. In our Weird Owl discussion chat, our favorite phrase is we'll just blame trouble. Everything that happens while recording.
So actually, Victor's going to hold his action until somebody gets in range of him, and then he's going to attack.
So bonus action to put down his hunter's mark, and then you're going to ready an action.
So whenever he's eligible for a sneak attack, yeah.
Very good. Who's next?
Next up, we got Orson with Ekon on deck.
so just a question: these spots? Obviously, these spots have,
Yeah, it's like a small storage room. So you've got some crates and some barrels and things. He was actually perched behind a couple of crates waiting for one of you to open the door.
I just wanted to know if I could step into this spot. That's
Yeah,
all.
you can. That's fine.
Okay. All right. Cool. Excuse me, Victor.
That triggers
Alright.
Victor's held action.
Yep.
Is a 21 going to hit?
Yes, it will.
Why are there all these D6s on the...
Such low rolls. 31 points of sonic damage.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah, that's all.
So
Just
Orson
31.
steps in the room and Victor lets fly with the psychic damage. Then what's Orson do?
Orson is going to attack. So first hit that. There we go. That's an 18 to hit.
That will hit.
This is non-lethal damage.
Okay.
That is 11 points of magical piercing.
And he is bloodied.
Okay. Second hit is a 20 to hit.
20 will hit.
Another 11 points of non-lethal damage.
Okay.
And then the butt. It's a natural 1.
And is Orson moving or staying put?
Orson is staying right here.
All right, who's next?
Ekon. So Ekon can move 5, 10, 15. Let's take up position next to Orson. And then I am going to need a dexterity saving throw from this gentleman. As Ekon casts a spell.
Which spell?
Sacred Flame.
That's radiant damage?
Yep.
Okay. That's a 8 on the save.
Nope.
Burn him!
Show him the light.
So please be enjoying 14 radiant damage.
Okay.
And that's the end of Ekon's turn. We've got yellow token with white token on deck.
There shouldn't be any yellow tokens. Oh, there might, but there aren't yet.
You left it on the initiative order.
Well, yeah, because some might join the fight. Those are the mephits. And then white.
Yep.
The bishop steps forward from behind the crate, throws the staff to the ground that he had just used to cast a spell at Edmont. Says, "I mustn't die here. I surrender." And he holds his arms in front of him. Who's next?
I've got Edmont with Evie.
He's going to surrender. Edmont will step forward, clap him in irons.
Can you imagine how fun it would be if he had managed to charm you and then you had to turn into a werewolf and kill all your friends?
It would have been funny. Not gonna lie.
So yeah, you go to put his arms in manacles,
Yep.
and he doesn't give any resistance as you do. He just kind of bows his head sheepishly in place. He knows that this fight has been lost since you guys got to the floor.
Is that the end of initiative?
It depends on you guys.
I'm not bringing any more violence to him.
Okay, so he's restrained, but is anybody else going to keep the hostilities moving? That we can
I
come.
mean, I'm not going to kill. Next is my turn. I'm not going to kill him.
You're
I'm
not going to kill him.
surrendered.
Is anybody going to kill him? I guess is the question.
No.
I guess it depends what he says.
Currently he's bloodied and telling you that he can't. He said he cannot die here, and that he surrenders, and he threw his staff to the floor.
Edmont scoops up his staff.
Okay.
Any other spell focuses he has?
No, his staff is his spell focus with the
Okay.
for the bishops.
All right. He will say,
You're-
"What do you give us
you're,
in exchange for your life?"
He tells you as he looks up and he kind of puffs his chest out as proudly as could be expected for a man who's shackled. It's like, don't serve the High Aethar, if that's what you're asking.
Who do you serve?
Aslan Rex.
Ah,
I see.
you're his eyes here, I see.
I am sent here to spy on the High Aethar for him.
Why?
And he looks at Victor like he doesn't understand the question, because my king commands it.
What does Aslan want to know about Christen specifically?
And he looks over at Ekon. Says, "You Aethars are dangerous men. My Lord Liege needs to know about dangerous men in Darkon."
And those things in the hallway and the cells out there.
Not my doing.
So the
What can you
Chris's
tell us?
doing.
He tells you scarce little about the creatures in the hall. They were prisoners. Chrisen and his inner circle had been working magics on them in accordance to some vision Chrisen claims that he saw shortly after reaching Darkon.
E.B. Christen's been working on this for years.
He says that he's been in Chrisen's service for a little over 1 year at this point. He was with Chrisen when he laid waste to the zombie hordes in the area and reclaimed this outpost for himself.
I see.
What else have you learned about Chrisen over this time?
What do you ask him?
Where's he at?
What has Christen told you of himself?
He knows that Chrisen came from a different world entirely, which is not a particularly unique story for travelers to arrive from beyond the mists, speaking strange languages, carrying with them strange religions. It's known to happen from time to time, and Evelyn prefers to keep tabs on such people until they are either viewed to not be a threat to him or until they are neutralized.
Victor specifically wants to know what changes has he noticed in Chrisen over the time.
He thinks that his observation is that currently Chrisen lay dying. He overtaxed himself on some recent summoning magic, tapped into powers he could not fully control, and it tore himself up from the inside.